June 6, 1992, Springfield, Missouri. An ordinary summer day melts into twilight. No one could imagine the nightmare ahead. Sherrill Levitt, her daughter Suzie Streeter, and Suzie's friend Stacy McCall were about to vanish. They were last seen at the Levitt home. No sign of a struggle, no forced entry, just silence. Their disappearance remains a haunting enigma, a chilling testament to the fact that even in the most ordinary of circumstances, the unimaginable can occur. The question echoes through the years: what happened that night? The night of June 6th was a time for celebration. The air was warm and the moon cast a gentle glow over the quiet neighborhood. It was a night that held promise and excitement, a night that would be remembered for its joy and laughter. High school graduation was in the air, the culmination of years of hard work, friendships, and memories. The students, dressed in their caps and gowns, were ready to step into a new chapter of their lives. Suzie Streeter and Stacy McCall, both 18, were marking the end of an era and the beginning of their adult lives. They had been friends for years, sharing dreams, secrets, and countless memories. This night was a celebration of their journey together. They attended a party, their laughter blending with the music. The room was filled with the energy of youth, the thrill of freedom, and the anticipation of what lay ahead. It was a night to let loose, to dance, and to celebrate their achievements. Excitement for their futures hung in the air. Conversations buzzed with plans for college, travel, and the adventures that awaited them. The future seemed bright and full of endless possibilities. Later that evening, they visited a friend's house. The night was still young, and the celebrations continued. They gathered on the porch, sharing stories and laughter, savoring the moments of togetherness. Around 2 o'clock in the morning, they decided to continue the celebration at Suzie's house. The streets were quiet, the world seemingly asleep, but their spirits were high. They piled into a car, the night still full of promise. It was a spontaneous decision, one that would have unimaginable consequences. In the moment, it seemed like just another part of their night of celebration, a continuation of the joy and excitement they had been feeling. This was the last confirmed sighting of the three women. The night that began with so much promise and joy would soon take a dark and unexpected turn, leaving a community in shock and searching for answers. The following morning, a chilling discovery awaited. The Levitt home stood eerily silent. Suzie's car, a white Chrysler, was parked in the driveway, a silent sentinel to the mystery unfolding within. Stacy's car was also there, adding to the enigma. Inside, belongings lay untouched: purses, wallets, keys. The television was still on, a flickering testament to a night abruptly interrupted. There were two unexplained anomalies: a broken porch light and an erased message on the answering machine. The normalcy of the scene only deepened the mystery. The disappearance of the Springfield Three sparked a maelstrom of speculation. Theories swirled through the town like whispers in the wind. Had they been victims of a random act of violence, spirited away in the dead of night? Was a serial killer lurking in the shadows responsible for their disappearance? Some whispered of a possible police cover-up, their suspicions fueled by a lack of concrete leads. Each theory, a thread in a tapestry of speculation, wove a tangled narrative that only deepened the mystery. Section 5. Shadows of Doubt. Over the years, the investigation into the Springfield 3 case has cast a wide net, drawing several individuals into its web of suspicion. The case, which began with the mysterious disappearance of 3 women from their home, has baffled detectives and haunted the community for decades. Each lead, each clue, has been meticulously examined, yet the truth remains elusive. The shadows of doubt have loomed large, casting a pall over the lives of those involved. One such person was Robert Craig Cox, a convicted murderer who claimed to have information about the case. Cox, already serving time for another crime, became a person of interest when he suggested he knew the fate of the missing women. His claims were tantalizing, offering a glimmer of hope to the desperate families. However, his credibility was always in question, and his motives were unclear. Was he seeking attention, or did he genuinely hold the key to solving this mystery? Despite his claims, no concrete evidence linked him to the disappearance. Investigators pored over his statements, searching for any shred of truth, but found nothing substantial. The frustration was palpable, as each promising lead seemed to dissolve into nothingness. The detectives, seasoned and determined, were left with more questions than answers, their hopes dashed time and again. Another potential lead emerged in the form of a jailhouse informant who claimed that a local crime family had abducted the women. This informant, whose credibility was also dubious, painted a picture of organized crime and sinister motives. The story was compelling, filled with intrigue and danger, but like so many others, it lacked the concrete evidence needed to move forward. The detectives followed this lead with cautious optimism, hoping it would finally break the case wide open. However, this too led to a dead end, leaving investigators and the families grasping at straws. The emotional toll on the families was immense, their lives forever altered by the uncertainty and grief. The investigators, despite their best efforts, were left in the dark, the shadows of doubt growing ever larger. The case remains unsolved, a haunting reminder of the fragility of truth and the enduring power of mystery. Section 6. The Search for Answers. The families of Sherrill, Suzie, and Stacy have endured an unimaginable ordeal, their lives forever marred by the agonizing uncertainty surrounding the fate of their loved ones. The years since their disappearance have been a relentless cycle of hope and despair. Law enforcement, though challenged by the passage of time and fading leads, has never given up on the case. The FBI has been involved, offering their expertise and resources in an attempt to unravel the mystery. Section 7. Living with Ghosts. The case of the Springfield 3 has left an indelible mark on the community of Springfield, Missouri. The women's faces, frozen in time, stare out from missing person posters, a constant reminder of the unsolved mystery that continues to haunt the town. Their story serves as a chilling reminder that even in the safest of communities, darkness can lurk, and lives can be changed in an instant. The memory of the Springfield 3 lingers, a ghost story whispered from generation to generation. Section 8. A cold case still burns. Despite the passage of time, the flame of hope continues to flicker. The case of the Springfield 3, though classified as a cold case, remains open. Investigators haven't given up hope that one day, justice will be served. The mystery of their disappearance continues to captivate and confound, serving as a stark reminder of the fragility of life and the enduring power of hope. The search for answers continues. Section 9. Every tip, a glimmer of hope. The Springfield 3 may be gone, but they are far from forgotten. Their disappearance has left an indelible mark on the hearts and minds of everyone who knew them, and even those who didn't. The mystery surrounding their vanishing has captivated the attention of people far and wide, creating a ripple effect that has spanned decades. Their families, friends, and a community united by grief and a shared hope for answers refuse to let their memory fade. Candlelight vigils are held regularly, where people gather to share stories, light candles, and hold hands in a show of solidarity. These gatherings serve as a poignant reminder that the search for answers continues, and that the community remains steadfast in its resolve. Every tip, every whisper, every rumor is a glimmer of hope in the darkness. The smallest piece of information can sometimes lead to the biggest breakthroughs. Anonymous tip boxes and hotlines are set up to encourage people to come forward with anything they might know, no matter how trivial it may seem. If you have any information, no matter how insignificant it may seem, please come forward. Your courage to speak up could make all the difference. The authorities are always on the lookout for new leads, and your tip could be the one that finally cracks the case wide open. Your tip could be the missing piece of the puzzle, the key to unlocking the truth and bringing closure to a community forever marked by this haunting mystery. Detectives tirelessly work day and night, piecing together fragments of information, hoping to find that one clue that will lead them to the truth. Each piece of the puzzle brings them one step closer to solving this decades-old enigma. contact your local FBI office or the Springfield Police Department. These agencies are dedicated to solving this case and bringing justice to the Springfield 3. They have the resources and expertise to follow up on any leads, no matter how small. Help bring the Springfield 3 home. The community's hope is like a sunrise, bringing light to the darkest corners of this mystery. By coming together and sharing what we know, we can help bring closure to the families and friends who have been waiting for answers for far too long. Every tip, every piece of information is a step closer to bringing them back home.